All right. I'm doing late night, talking about music again. I think tomorrow I'll be talking about all these cuts they're talking about, cutting people off of this and that, shutting down Job Corps, a lot of ridiculousness going on. We got an internet government. It's like they watch the internet and they're trying to govern from the internet. But tonight we're going to talk about the music. I keep getting complaints about the music. The music, the music, the music, the music. What are we going to do about the music? How can we fix the music? Which is one of the most ridiculous complaints ever. I think people just say, I think people just complain about the music just to complain about it. That's what it seems like. Because I can't see you complaining about something if you don't have no solutions. There's no solutions for the music. There's just suggestions. We should, which is phony. That's not a real solution. That's just a weird suggestion. I haven't had one person that complains about the music give me any type of intelligent counter to what could be done. It's just it should, which is not a legitimate statement. Should. That's not an answer. So we're going to talk about that because I find that to be just totally ridiculous. I find complainers, but I don't find any doers. I don't find anybody that want to do anything. They just talk in third party or whatever. Good to see you, more power. We got San Francisco in the building. We got New Orleans, Louisiana in the building. Shout out to everybody over on Kick. I'm representing Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to everybody over on Twitch, everybody on YouTube, everybody on Facebook. On both of my Facebook accounts, okay? Shout out to you all. You say, I think we might need to get these youngsters more educated in the music and more respect for one another. How? Go into details. How? Who's going to do it? How are they going to do it? How? Be specific. Like how? How would that be done? Like actually, if it was a program, how would that be done? Brother Robert, how exactly would that be done? I can't wait till I get the phone lines, then people can call in. Who would go into the schools? Are the ones we want to reach in school? Because the ones we want to reach ain't at school. They don't go to school. Yeah, they don't go to school. Then the rest of us work, so we don't have no time to go to the school. Everybody got to go to work. So the few that you're gonna find that would be willing to go to school, most of them ain't gonna have the talent to do it. Because most of the people that be trying to do that type of stuff, they don't have the skills to do it. They got like they'll have a positive idea that we're gonna go do this, but as far as having the skills to actually do it, they don't have the skills nor the time. Like who could go to the schools in Chicago and try to talk to some people because they ain't gonna listen to that. They ain't gonna listen. They ain't listening to that. They don't even listen in school. So ain't no way I can go to no school. They gonna listen to me. They're not gonna listen to me. And we gonna get into it, y'all. I'm gonna get deep. I get in a lot of trouble because I bring it real, and it's would be a problem. But I get that all the time, Robert. We should do this and we should do that. And the reason we never do it because the suggestions be unrealistic suggestions. If I'm a young black male and I live into a gang area and my neighborhood beefing with another gang, it's really nothing you're gonna be able to tell me that's gonna change my reality. There is no conversation gonna make me go back and be a better person. That's not gonna happen. Sounds good. That's not gonna happen. They don't have the budget to make it happen. How much money is that gonna cost? How many people gotta go? How many days will you have to go to the schools? Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna pay it? Are the youth you're gonna talk to gonna show up at the schools? That's why it gets frustrating, Robert, because I live in Chicago and I be hearing people want to change and they have no real solid uh, program to change. It just sounds good, or they might want to change, but as far as thinking it through and trying to say how it should be done, most times the people that want change, they ain't in the streets, so they don't even know what they trying to change. They like might be internet or work, but they don't know nothing about the street. They don't know nothing about that type of element of people like that. You can't change them shorties like that. You can't change them. Yeah, you can't change. You can't change them. Y'all come on in. We're gonna talk about it though. Robert, it's good. Stay engaged. Go back and forth. Let's try to figure it out. But yeah, Robert, I'm telling you real. They ain't. Hey, Robert, it be like this. I go into a school. Some of the wild ones is there. I get them. I start talking to them. Like, man, y'all got to change. Y'all got to stop going out here doing all this warring in the street, shooting each other up and stuff like that. They ain't that. They gonna be like, yeah, I be thinking about that. Every day. I'm tired of every day. I'm tired of every day going in the streets And you know the ops is rolling on us and all that. You get tired of that stuff. And you gonna say, that's what you gonna say, Robert. I get tired of that. You know, I be thinking about that changing and getting better for my life. You know, they just killed my boy Doobie Doobie or unalived my boy Doobie Doobie the other day. You know, you know what I'm saying? You know, over there on my block, they into it right now. And then as soon as he leave there, he gonna be back on the same thing. That'll just be he just gonna be talking, filibustering. But as soon as he get back in that element, he gonna be on that same time he been on. And they just gonna be there spinning me and just saying anything. But it ain't gonna hold no weight. Once they leave out that school and get back on the block, it's gonna be back up. Because his ops is still gonna be at him unless I can talk to all of them at the school at the same time, which ain't really gonna do no good. But we're gonna talk about that. Because I get that all the time. They think you could talk to them. But most times they're not that educated, so they don't have no comprehensive skills to listen to you. Neither do they have any desire to do anything what you're talking about. None whatsoever. Some of them gonna tell you straight up. They ain't got no desire to do better, to change. Oh no. Sometimes if one of them is your son or whatever, he'll pretend that he listening to his daddy and his mama, but he gonna go right back outside and he gonna be on that same time. Y'all hit the like button, share, subscribe. We're gonna get into this. Everybody wants to know how we can stop the violence in the street, how we can change the music and all of that, but it's not realistic. None of their suggestions are realistic. None of their ideas are realistic. They just talking. Because the first thing you would have to do is make the time available for those that want to go change stuff. Everybody working. So if you want to make change, you need people to make the change. But the people you need to make the change, they gotta go to work. Ain't nobody got no time to be out there trying to change nobody in real life. That's why it never happens. Cause ain't nobody got time. Like when? What time of day we supposed to do this? I'm supposed to take off work and do this? Hit them like buttons, y'all. Come on in, share, subscribe. We're gonna keep it a billion. Cause all the time I get it all the time. Change the music, change the music. And I just be shaking my head. Sometimes the fact they be saying change the music be proven that they're far removed from this situation. Because if you was up in the situation, you wouldn't just say change the music. You would know that's a broad and that's just a broad statement. That's not a statement that got any weight behind it or got any type of practical plan. See, these shorties, they go to school and they go to school in the middle of where two or three gangs live. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. They go to school in a very serious place. So they go to school, this to school. You got this gang right here. You got this gang over here. And you might got this gang over here. Or sometimes you might just got two gangs. This gang over here, and then this gang down here. And now everybody from these gangs don't go to the school. So everybody from this gang don't go to the school, and everybody from this gang don't go to school. Just some of them. So if you talk to the ones at the school, it's not going to affect all these ones that don't go to school, and they mortal enemies because they already got bodies. They've already done damage to each other. So you're trying to stop something that's been well established, and there's like the Hatfields and the McCoys. It's already bodies on both sides. It's already brothers lost, babies, sisters. Mama got hit, daddy got hit by mistake. It's already that type of stuff. They done lost homeboys or homegirls. They done lost homeboys or homegirls. And the ones over here that didn't lose homeboys and homegirls ain't gonna be as serious as the ones over here that did, in the same way over here. So you trying to stop a feud. But we're going to talk about it. I think a lot of people probably sleep tonight. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to keep it. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Come on in. And we're going to break this down. So it's like, I get it all the time. It does get frustrating when people talk about changing the music and all that, because it's never really the people that's really in the trenches saying it. It's like civilians saying it. It's like a wish. It's not like a real plan to make a change. The main problem for Black Americans with making changes is work. We work, we got to go to work. And because we got to go to work, we ain't got no time. We all on different schedules. We got children, and for the men, you got a baby mama or a wife or a girlfriend, you got children. Then you might got to do something for your parents and stuff and your brothers and sisters. So you don't really have no time to like pick out a neighborhood and go and try to make a difference. Plus, the people you want to change, they're not readily available like that. So you can go in any neighborhood where it's a gang, and you can't just pull up on the gang. They ain't necessarily just right here. They could be anywhere moving around. So who do you talk to? In the real streets. Because there's nobody that can straighten the rest of them out. If it's 200, 300 dudes over here wilding, nobody can straighten them out. Not the leadership over there, nobody. Which I know this is dire. I know some of y'all ain't gonna want to hear that, but these are facts. If I'm in one of these gangs or whatever, nobody could change me. Period. If I don't get to the point I want to change myself, it's a wrap. If I lost a loved one, oh man, I'm out for revenge. If my brother got hurt, or my little brother or little sister, or my relatives, or my uncle, or my mama, or something, It's too personal. When they say change the music, I think a lot of brothers and sisters on the internet that say change the music, I don't think they realize who's making the music. Because if they really knew the element and the type of people making the music, you wouldn't just say change the music. You would know that's a little not enough emphasis to get nothing done. That just sounds like positive. It just sounds like positive thinking. Doesn't sound realistic though. It just doesn't. One of the biggest problems with the music is that a lot of people don't know about the music or the music, how the music is made in 2025. A lot of people don't understand music, how it's released and how it's made. A lot of people don't really understand that. Some people got the old school record label mentality and they think it's like that, but it's not like that. And they think it's like the record label. That stuff been over with. Even the record label, a lot of artists don't go to the record label to make the records. They make the records and send them in to the record labels and not actually around the record label. And we got people making music that's right in the war zone. So what else are they going to rap about? When you in the war zone? We're going to break it down though. Let some more people get over here. I know it's late. I know people got to go to work too in the morning. Shout out to all my people overseas and people that's up. Shout out to everybody on the West Coast where it's not really that late yet. Like it is here. It is 2:30 in the morning. But look, we're going to talk about it. Get comfortable. Get ready. I'm about to have some real talk. You are 100% correct, Kit Kat Bars. You're 100% correct. And They are not around influence like music was when I first got in the recording business or when I was young. It's totally different. Now you can make your music at home. You don't need to go to no studio. You can put some egg cartons in the bathroom and a mic and rap into your computer, and they can mix it and make it sound good too. They can clean it up, and you never know you wasn't in no studio with the equipment and the stuff they got nowadays. But so that means now they can make music and they're not around any influences. So you can go to their house and they in the room making music and they all on the same type of time. They all gang members, they're all gang banging. There is no other way of thinking in their little circle. The only thing that they thinking is what their little circle is. They don't have any older people or nobody that's not their type of lifestyle around them at all. And they a lot of times it's hot where they live at. So where they live at is hot. They're always in danger. Their lives are always in danger where they live at. Because if the ops catch them out there, the ops are gonna let them have it. So imagine me making music. Well, when I walk around somebody, if the wrong person see me, they gonna harm me. And I gotta go make I gotta go make a song. And the only thing I got to rap about is that's all I got to rap about, really. I don't have anything else to rap about, It's I know it's hard for people to understand, but you don't have anything else to rap about. What are you gonna rap about? So it's really crazy for people to expect them to rap about something positive without explaining where are they supposed to get that positive inspiration from. And nobody wants to address that. So if I wanted to rap right now and I wanted to rap and I wanted to just be all positive rap, it wouldn't be I could do it, but it wouldn't be real rap. It would be suggestive rap. So I would have to rap about what I suggest you do. I wouldn't be able to rap about reality. I would have to be make like instructional rap. Hey, C Temptation, how you been doing, sweetheart? I seen you post something the other day. I forgot what it was. I seen you on Instagram, I think. Hope you're doing all right. Call me soon. And so, like, if I wanted to rap something positive, even at my age right now, I'm not sure what I would rap because it would have to be kind of phony. I mean, it would have to be like for me to make some positive rap, it would have to be a little corny. Oh, okay, that's good. People don't like positive rap. That's because positive rap is corny. It's you have to force it. It's like should do rap. You should do this and you should do that and you should do this and I'm doing. It's for me to write that, I don't feel like it would be my best rap You know what I'm saying? I don't think it would be my best rap. So I think like a lot of older people want the young people to rap something that don't exist. They want the young people to rap something that's not in their life, that they got no experience with. Like, where are they going to get this rap from? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are they going to get it from? For it to really be a meaningful rap song. Because people could tell the difference between a suggestive rap song and a real rap song, like real life stuff. So I'm making a rap song, and we need to do this or we need to do that. That's not going to be real. That's not real. That's like suggestive rap. So like, okay, like back in the day when I used to sell clothes and stuff to the rappers, what people don't understand, positive rappers back then was rapping reality. They wasn't rapping positive rap. The stuff they was rapping was really in the streets. It was really black conscious was actually really in the street. So they was rapping reality rap. They wasn't rapping positive rap. Because they come from under the Black Power movement and the Nation of Islam, uh, the Nation of Islam situation, right? And the pro-black brothers like me. So that's why Ice Cube stuff started changing because the pro-black conscious movement started to grow, right? So that's why they changed because I was in LA at the time, and so that was a real thing when he started rapping a little more positive. It was reality. It wasn't like him trying to rap positive because there was a large portion of positive stuff going on. And this is what a lot of people don't understand, see Temptation. There was a lot of positive stuff going on. So they was really rapping reality rap. There's no positive stuff going on now. There's no whole bunch of pro-black brothers. There's no bunch of Rastas on the streets no more. There's not a whole bunch of Nation of Islam on the street. There's not a whole bunch of Pan-Africans on the street no more. In the 80s, we was on the streets. That was on the streets. So they was rapping was on the streets. I dressed a lot of them. You go watch Def Jeff video. I'm in the video. They got all them Africans and stuff from me. So what a lot of people don't understand is them brothers wasn't rapping positive rap. They was rapping reality rap, but the reality was more positive. They was not rapping positive rap. That was the reality at that time. People was walking around with shirts on. It's a black day. You wouldn't have to do it. Stuff like that. Too black, too strong. That was a reality at that time. That's not reality no more. They don't see that anymore. How are they going to rap that? This is the part people be leaving out. Think about it. When I was young, I went to high school. Then I met Wallace Farrakhan, Mustafa now. We was kids. We like 17, 18, 19. I started growing my dreadlocks. I started becoming into the whole black thing. It was everywhere. This is when Farrakhan first came here and put the Nation of Islam back together. So that vibe was everywhere. Farrakhan's not powerful like that now. The Nation of Islam is not powerful like it was in the 80s. They're not in the streets like that no more. They don't have no influence on the streets anymore. Rastas don't have no influence in the streets no more. Pan-Africanism is not in the streets no more. When you walk the streets now, you don't see brothers and sisters like us. The sad thing about it, y'all, is many of these older people that want to see more positive music, when we was pushing positivity, they stayed Negroes. They self didn't join the pro-black music, didn't wear their natural hair, didn't change the way they ate. They stayed Negroes and helped the pro-black conscious movement die. Many of the older people that's complaining about the music did not do their part to push the black consciousness. They used to laugh at brothers like me with dreadlocks. They used to laugh because we want to eat right. They never ate right. They still be eating pork and chicken and stuff. They never elevated. So it's crazy to think that youth was going to elevate it when so many black people didn't even elevate themselves. My generation, the older generation was out in the streets and younger than me. They didn't do nothing. They stayed doing Negro stuff. They didn't push no pro-black nothing. That's a fact. They didn't push that. They didn't. But a lot of people just think, oh, brothers was just positive. No, that's all false. Rap music was not positive. The streets was positive. Unless you understand that part, then you'll never know why things the way they are now, because you don't have any positivity for the youth anymore. Where they gonna get it from? Where they gonna get it from? Most of the older people that's complaining about the music, they ain't pushing no positivity. They're not. Me and my group is the ones made that. KRS-One and Chuck, they're young. Those are our babies. We raised them. I raised them. Yeah, that's me. They're younger than me. I was walking around the streets. I raised them. Me and my comrades caused positive rap because it was a part of the streets. This is how I was walking around. Black Negroes today around my age group and younger, you would laugh at me. What you did to your hair? Why you eating rabbit food? They never changed. They never changed. When we start pushing black consciousness, the black people now that's complaining about the rap, all of them, none of them stood on nothing pro and black. None of them. They didn't stand on nothing. They just stayed on Negro stuff. So then that vibe died out because we didn't have enough brothers and sisters to come join us to push this whole black positive energy. Not really back then, no. You think about the 60s when I was little. You're thinking about the 60s. I'm talking about the late 70s and the 80s. No. No, they stayed Negroes. It was just some of us. By the time you got to the 90s, it was over with. They didn't want to be black conscious. They want to be like Salt and Pepper. That's who they follow. They follow Salt and Pepper. They follow Slick Rick. They follow that. Boys to Men, Bell Biv DeVoe. That's what black people follow. They did not follow no type of positivity. They followed Anita Baker, Whitney Houston, Bobby Brown. That's who they follow. We're going to keep this real now. We're not finna fake. They follow regular Negro stuff, Donnie Simpson, video soul, something that had no type of consciousness to it, just black people dancing and singing. That's what black Americans follow. Only some of us supported Chuck D, Poor Righteous Teachers. Only some of us. The majority supported Negro R&B music. This is a fact. The number one show on BET was Video Soul with Donnie Simpson. This is what black people stuck with. They stuck with the perms, the black woman getting the perm, dyeing her hair. They stuck with that. That's a fact. I was here. While we was trying to bring some black consciousness and we was trying to bring some awareness. You understand? This is our facts. So when there was that fork in the road and we were trying to get black people to be more natural and to go this certain way, they went the other way. So therefore, Poor Righteous Teachers and them disappeared. KRS-One disappeared because they didn't want to support that. So then the rap music went kind of R&B-ish, a little P-Funk. You know what I'm saying? That's how it went. How do you want it? How do it feel? Jodeci and Tupac. It went that way. These facts. It went that way. It didn't go black conscious. It went back to the R&B. Michael Jackson, Anita Baker, Whitney Houston, a lot of soft men, Freddie Jackson, Luther Vandross. Matter of fact, they went and demasculated the men. The same older people now complaining, they like the demasculation of the men. They like Luther, Freddie Jackson, Arsenio, and Eddie Murphy. That's very feminine. These are the ones the older ones complaining about the music now. This is the direction they went. House music, which house music was the LGBTQ hangout. House music, that's was where the LGBTQ people hung out at the house parties. The house party wasn't for straight people. Not at all. House music wasn't for straight men and straight people. House parties in Chicago was, I know Andre Hatchett and them. I know I know the brother made the first house record. Ron Gresham mixed that first house record. Those DJs was all gay. This is not anti-gay. I'm just telling you who made it. House music was gay. These are facts. So the music went that way. And when the music went that way, if you got a music go this way, if the music start going R&B-ish, okay, you got this black conscious music you're trying to push, black rap music, and this mixed with all the other music because they start pushing the weird music, Far Side and De La Soul, right? They mix that all in there. There's nothing pro-black about De La Soul and the Q-Tip. They wasn't pushing nothing. They wasn't pushing nothing. Abstract nonsense. You always see these groups like Poor Righteous teaching them. They always blame the gangster rappers, but it wasn't the gangster rappers that watered them down. It was the Q-Tips. It was the Tribe Called Questers. It was the De La Souls. It was the Flavor Unit. They was the ones, Busta Rhymes. They was the ones that stepped on the pro-black rappers. That's a fact. Because they didn't look gangster, so they used to categorize them with the pro-black rappers, but they wasn't. Arrested Development, that was all weirdo music. And they started categorizing the pro-black music with the weirdos. Like Tribe Called Quest, that's all weirdo music. De La Soul, that was all weirdos. They wasn't black conscious, that was weirdo music. Potholes in my lawn. That's not pro-black. I lost my wallet in El Segundo. None of that. That was all abstract nonsense. Yeah, 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 yeah. That was nonsense. That's a fact. Don't nobody want this smoke. Not even Poor Righteous teacher, because they was little boys. I was watching them. So they don't know what they look like. They got their point of view from being in it, looking out. But I'm watching this. So I got the real point of view. Poor Righteous teacher don't know what they was in. They was too young to know what was going on while they was making the music. They have no idea. So they killed the pro-black vibe and pushed the other stuff. All I want to do is zoom, 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 zoom. They start pushing that. They went that direction. Then they went to the kids and 106 in Park and Lil Bow Wow and Soulja Boy. That's where they took it. They took it to the kids. They took it away from the adults. They took it away from the adults. And that's what killed the pro-black music. And so now, after all these years, while the shorties is wild, and now these people back from that era that didn't stand on nothing, now they complaining about the drill rap. And these the same people that didn't stay on the pro-black rap, that now rap's out of control, now they talking. But when they had a chance to stand up and push the black consciousness, they didn't do it. They didn't do it. They didn't do it. When they had the opportunity to push the positive music, they didn't do it. They didn't want it. A lot of the same people complaining about the rap today fought against pro-black positive rap, fought against eating better, fought against natural hair. 100%. They pushed the music this way instead of the positive way. And when they pushed the music that way, it left it wide open for the violence to take over. It was wide open. Because the violence gonna go with the soft stuff because it can overpower it. The only thing can stop the violent rap is the black conscious rap. Black consciousness is the only thing that could have stopped that, period. Anybody want to come in alive one day and debate that? Just make sure you're old enough. Because if you're not old enough, How am I supposed to listen to you, what you talk about? You wasn't here. You're going to have to be in my age category, and you're going to have to know about music. You're going to have to watch it as much as I watched it. Now, if you ain't watched it as much as me, and you can't rap off all these rap artists, how you going to debate me? When I'm basically a music historian, for real, all the way back to when I was a child. You understand? And so the young people now that's making the music they make, I'm not understanding what people want them to make. Bob Marley was a peacemaker, but they never pushed Bob Marley on Black Americans. They pushed Shaba on Black Americans. They never pushed Bob Marley. They pushed Shaba. Mr. Loverman, Mr. Loverman. That's what they pushed. They never pushed Bob Marley. They pushed Shaba. They pushed Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote. Murder. That's what they pushed on Black Americans. They never pushed no Bob Marley on Black Americans. Bob Marley would have been passed away. Bob Marley passed away way back here, back here. Black folks didn't really mess with Rasta because black folks didn't like nappy hair. The black man wanted a jerry curl, and the black woman wanted straight hair. So that was out the question, nappy hair. That you can forget that. Okay. They like shop and stuff like that because you could be a Negro. You could, you know what I'm saying? You could be the regular Jamaican. You didn't have to be the Rasta. You could just be the regular Jamaican. They didn't mind the regular Jamaican. That's a Negro Jamaican. They didn't like the black conscious Jamaican. They liked the Negro one. They liked the one talking crazy about sex and stuff all the time. Shaba wasn't talking about nothing. Shaba wasn't talking about nothing but sex. He didn't benefit black people none. He just turned the black woman to a sex object. He wasn't on nothing, he represented nothing. They brought him in behind Yellow Man. They pushed Yellow Man on the culture, and then they brought him into the mainstream. And so they been shut everything down. Now you got a young group of blacks coming up and making the music. Now they want to know, they want to say the record labels is behind the drill music when you don't need no record labels no more. So that sounds crazy. There's only a few rappers on record labels. Like, there's only a couple drill rappers on record labels. These drill rappers ain't on no labels, man. You don't need no label anymore. Record labels are over with. You can go in your room. You can have a computer like this. You can have a microphone in the bathroom. You can pad the bathroom. You can make your song. You can get your song mastered online. You can go to DistroKid or wherever and post your song. Most of them, they just shoot a video and put it on YouTube. You can go straight to YouTube. You can go straight. Call somebody, pay them $200. They're going to shoot your video, post it on YouTube. You in the music business. You ain't got to go to iTunes. You ain't got to do none of that. You don't even need no CD or nothing. They make all their money from video. They do video promotion. They do video promotion. So you can have youth in the hood. He go to school here, he go to school there. They gang warring and stuff, and he gonna go make a music. And what is his music gonna be about? It's gonna be about the gang war. He gonna go make music. What is it gonna be about? The gang war. There's no puppet master telling them to do that. They are rapping against each other, and they're getting views based on rapping against each other because people know this gang and people know that gang. And in Chicago, if you rap and you're from a gang, you get an automatically fan base because a lot of people are in gangs and a lot of people live around gangs. And if you live around gang, you're unofficially in the gang. So if you lived in Parkway Gardens, what you call O Block, like I did, then you unofficially a BD. And anybody make music over there, everybody over there is going to go listen to it. And every BD all across the city is going to listen to it. And then if you're a GD and you make music, then everybody that's a GD around the city going to listen to it. And you got a built-in fan base. Automatic. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to rap negative. They negative already. So what you're rapping is perfect for them. You don't have to sell violent rap to some violent people. They with all that what you rapping about. You know, they trying to make it like it's some type of system trying to push this on the black community. This is totally ridiculous. There's nobody pushing drill rap. So you cannot fix the community if you believe somebody's pushing drill rap. Send this to everybody. Tell them I said. You cannot fix the music if you believe somebody's pushing drill rap on the black community. Because if you believe somebody pushing drill rap on the black community, then you don't know nothing about the black community. Because they drilling for real. Nobody ain't pushing nothing. It's really like that. And this is where a lot of people make a mistake. You thinking the music making it like that. No, it's really like that. It's really like that. Nobody's making it like that. Yeah, nobody's trying to influence. Nobody's influencing that. It's all fake. All fake. The highest the highest murder count in Chicago was 1974. Like 970 murders. It wasn't even no rap. There was no rap in 1974. Now it's only down to 500. Something like that was 970 in 1974 when I was a sophomore. No rap music. So why was it like that? Why was it 970 murders in 1974? It wasn't no rap music. You blaming rap music for it? Make it make some sense. It was almost twice as many murders than it is now with no rap music. So my question is this: how are you going to get good music from some youth that don't have good parents, don't have no home training? Explain that to me. How? How are you going to get some youth that don't have good parenting when they was raised and don't have no home training to rap positive. Because somebody explained that to me. I'd really like to know. How? Like, where are they supposed to get this energy from? Like, I'm trying to figure out how these young children are supposed to, how, what are they supposed to rap? What are they supposed to rap? I'm confused. Where are they supposed to get this energy to rap? I am 67 years old. I'm about to start rapping myself. And I cannot rap no bunch of positive rap. That would be the phony ass rap. There's no way I can make a real song based on my feelings and how I'm living today. There ain't no way I can make no positive song unless I just want to be phony. Or make like a, it should be this in a day when we need to do this and that. If I'd make a we need to do song, which is whack. That's why I don't listen to positive rap, because it's not based off of reality. It's based off of what you wish would happen. You're trying to wish something. Something that ain't even reality. I like bars where you really, you know, got the skills and the rhymes. But I don't like no soft bars. You gotta be kind of hard. Like Ness or something like that. I don't be wanting to hear no soft. I don't listen to that. I can't relate to no soft rappers. They ain't rapping, ain't got no strip and they rap and they. I can't listen to that. But to each his own. But there's no way I could sit down and write from my heart and my mind and just write a whole bunch of positive nonsense. That would be phony. I would have to be phony and pull up a phony rhymes. I cannot wrap my real existence today in Chicago like that. It would have to be phony. I wouldn't call it reality rap. It would be make believe rap. Most positive rap today is make believe rap, and rap's supposed to represent the streets. It's supposed to be real. That's why positive rap, nobody want to listen to it, because it ain't representing nothing. You look at Kendrick, They Not Like Us. That's not a positive song. That's him dissing a brother. That's a diss song. That ain't no positive song. Calling no brother no pedo and all that. Them fighting words. Ain't no positive songs. Amazing how people try to make that like that was a positive song. That's a beef record. That ain't no positive record. That's a beef record. It wouldn't be positive if he was calling you that on a song. You wouldn't take it positive. So we living at a time where they got expectations for youth to do something without the environment to make them be able to do it, which is the funniest thing ever. You want youth from a horrible environment to not make horrible music, to not make rough, dangerous, violent music when they live in rough, dangerous environment. They live in a rough, dangerous, and violent environment. But you don't want that. You want them to rap what? Based on their environment. And some of you didn't got all high on the hog and you're on Instagram and you're all special. You ain't got your ear to the streets no more. So when you hear the music, you thinking that they pushing something because you ain't outside no more. You thinking that they're pushing a violent music because you don't know it's violent out here. You don't know where you live at. Who believe I live? It's cool. I can go out here and I'm just cool. I can just go out, go to my car and go to the gas station. Everything cool. Nothing that happened to me. Who believe that? Who believe I can go outside and it's all beautiful, like a beautiful rap song? Who believe that? Who believe I can go outside? I ain't gotta have my head on the swivel. Who believe I ain't in danger every time I step out there? Every time I step outside, who don't believe I'm in serious danger? That I gotta keep my head on the swivel. You understand? So what am I supposed to rap? I'm confused. Like I don't know what I'm supposed to rap. I'm on the internet where people will watch you and they'll run up on you if they see you out. They'll run up on you. You know, tell them what they'll do. What you want me to rap? What should I say about somebody running up on me when I'm outside? How should I rap that? I'm just saying. If you an internet hater and you don't like me on the internet, what should I rap about me outside and you run up on me? What should I rap? Should I rap what's really? What you want me to rap? What you want me to say? What you want me to tell the world? What's happening when I come outside and you see me outside? What you want me to rap? I'm trying to figure that part out. What you think I'm a rap? You understand? A bunch of positive stuff. I don't see no positive stuff too much. I would try to push you to eat better and stuff like that. But if I rapped about eating, I would have to rap to say you're a bunch of lames that don't want to eat right. I wouldn't be able to say, oh, we should eat vegan and we should eat. I wouldn't say that. I would rap about how you like to eat sausages and McDonald's and trash, that you eat trash. That's what I would have to rap. I couldn't see myself rapping no positive vegan rap. My rap would be trash and what you eat, calling you a garbage collector and all that. Because I don't see you positive. I see you as negative. You support a negative industry. These industries is all negative, and you support them. The liquor, the blunts, the backwoods, the tobacco, the fentanyl. That's what you support. You understand? So what you want these shorties to rap when they come from broken homes, Fathers unalived already, might be in the penitentiary already. Sometimes don't got no food to eat, no good educational system. Had to start breaking laws early and feed themselves. Get up in the morning and all they can get is a blunt and a 50-cent juice and a bag of Cheetos or Flaming Hots. That's breakfast. Being 7, 8, 9 years old at the gas station, begging for money when people walk in and out the gas station. One time I went to the gas station, there was two little boys out there. It was about 1:30, 2:30 in the morning. They was out there begging for money. I said, how old is y'all? Somebody will offer them some money to get in the car with them and do who knows what to them little boys. You understand? So it's like, are we realistic complaining about rap from some young people that don't have good parents, don't have no home training? Does that make any sense to complain about they rap based on the conditions they in? Or are you complaining because you don't realize the condition they in? Because you don't realize the condition that the young rappers are in. So you're judgmental because you think that everything is great for them and they should be rapping about great stuff because you're totally out of touch with how these young people are living and how hard it is for some of them. So now you want them to rap something that's got nothing to do with the harshness of their lifestyle. And you want to say that they pushing something because you don't want to realize that they really live like that. So you start seeing the record labels telling Shorty to rap like that. You start saying stuff like that. At the record label. And he ain't even signing no record label. Because you think everything come from a record label. You don't even know what's going on in the streets. You don't even know what's going on in the music business. You're talking about the music business. When the music business ain't even the music business no more. Anybody can make a song and put it out now. There is no record label. So as soon as y'all hear somebody say the record label's pushing this music, you know they don't know the hell they talking about. This is not the 60s or 70s or 80s where you got to go to a record label to put a song out. You can push play on your computer, get on this mic, and rap, and you got a song. You don't need Universal, you don't need Sony, you don't need Columbia, you don't need Aerosol, you don't need anybody to put a song out anymore. You don't have to go to no $50 hour studio. You don't need no 2-inch tape. You got a whole studio right on your little PC. What record label? What record label? Chief Keef didn't come out on no record label. How long was it before they signed him to a record label? He wasn't on a record label. Dirk and all them wasn't on a record label. These shorties, when they release a record, they ain't on no record label. Record labels come, by the time record labels sign them, they already popping. Record labels don't get them popping. They already popping way before the record label sign them. The record label won't even sign you until you got so many views and so many followers. That's a fact. Ain't no record label signing you if you ain't went out there and made no noise. But they not signing you until you famous already. Ask somebody. Oh, they did yesterday? Oh, they ran right by you. You was out there? Wow. Yeah, back in the days of Tupac, you had to go through the record labels. Now you don't. Now you don't. Let's take a break and we finish. What up? So you was there when they ran. They ran right by you. Where you was at? You was out in the hundreds, bro. You gotta get from out there. You know what's up. Hey, so you know how this summer finna be, bro. You know how it's finna be. All right, let's take a break and then we'll finish. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. It's crazy. It's some G talk though. So yeah, the thing about the shorties now, they make a lot of sad music because they losing so many people. So they losing so many people to the streets that they making sad music. They're either making angry music or sad music. And they kind of caught between a rock and a hard place because, they get to an age where they don't go to school no more. They start getting cases early, so they can't get jobs. They got criminal cases from little babies. They be getting criminal cases young, you know, taking cars from people and all that. And they kind of be stuck in a certain type of lifestyle that a lot of times they can't shake and get out of it till they probably like 29 or 30, 32, 33 before they can shake and get out of it. They don't be really all that educated. Some of them can't go to school because Chicago started mixing neighborhoods together, right? So Chicago started mixing neighborhoods together. So Shorty go to school, he got to go to school with the ops. And it's like, if we in a neighborhood where it's a whole bunch of them and it's a few of us, and we going to school like this and they going to school like that, we can't. I'm not going back to school. I can't go back to school when it's 10 of them for every three of us and they up there fighting. I can't keep going up to the school. I got to stay back in my community where I can protect myself. They ain't going to come back here where me and the guys is at, because a lot of times the certain gang, all of them don't go to that school. So say we live over here. It's a bunch of us over here. But some of us live toward the edge, so they won't send us to school over there with them, where the rest of our guys at. They'll send us to school over here where all these guys is at. A guy got hurt here in Chicago. A brother got hurt. This was some years ago when they made him come all the way from Like out by Cabrini, I mean out by Allgale Guards, and he had to come up and go to school at Finger. You know what I'm saying? He had to come all the way from a neighborhood to another neighborhood where he was outnumbered, and they unalived him because he had to go into enemy territory to go to school. All of this is going on. So a lot of them, they can't go to school. It's too dangerous to go back and forth to school. It really is. It's that bad. New York, same way. It's bad in New York right now with the gang violence. You wouldn't believe it. Cali, it's bad. It's real bad. There's a whole bunch of Mexicans in California, which, especially LA, is adding to the problem. And so just the idea of the music when you don't have no type of home training or nothing, it's a sad situation. Yeah, we have to. I gotta say all this weird stuff, Chamberlain. I'm trying to learn how to talk. They won't let me talk. That's why I'm demonetized now because I'm 67, so I'm just saying what the news be saying. And now they saying you gotta say all these special words. I don't know what to tell you. There's people on the internet talking real crazy, but they saying them special words. And I'm not talking crazy, but I'm not saying the special words and I get demonetized. And them, they saying all kind of stuff, but they not saying them two or three special words, which they won't tell you what those words are. I don't know what words you can say and what words you're not. They won't post it. They won't just tell us you can't say this. You got to guess. You basically got to guess. It's really discriminatory and illegal because if you got rules, they need to be posted. You can't have rules where nobody know what they are. Now, YouTube got you rules and nobody know what they are. It's a lawsuit, really. Any court, they'll be like, "What are the rules? Show us the rules." If you know, they ain't got no rules. It's all vague. It's all vague, and it's not YouTube. It's the sponsors that's running the commercials. That's who. It's not YouTube. It's the commercials. Because when they demonetize you, that means they're not going to show the commercials no more. So it's the people from the commercials decide, no, we want to advertise over there because he over there. And he not talking right the way we want you to talk. They got like a computer listening to our words to pick out a word you say, dink, 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 and then they show, oh, okay, demonetized. He said something. I don't even think they know what you said. I think the algorithm in the computer pick it. I don't think you even get to talk to nobody on YouTube. You talking to like a AI. You never get to talk to nobody over here. It's all AI responses. It's crazy. But I just wanted to help people realize that these brothers and sisters that's making this music, they don't have no proper upbringing to do any better. If they knew better, they would do better. They don't have any type of proper upbringing to make anything other than what they're making. They don't have no surroundings or nothing other than what you see them saying. This is why you could take somebody and you'll see a brother that he not really that hardcore and stuff, but he rapping all that drill stuff. But he not really like that. But he live around that. So he live around that, but he not really like that, but he live around that. So that's how he communicate, right? So he's got to kind of fake it, not because he want to fake it, but he live around there. So he got to talk it the way they talk it, and he's got to move a certain way to survive. So we got a lot of young people that's acting a certain kind of way because they ain't got no choice. Don't matter if you ain't like that or not. That's how you got to act. Or you have to separate yourself from everybody, which is very dangerous when you're young to not have allies in a certain area. That's very dangerous. That's why if you live in certain areas and your child don't have allies, you got to walk them to school and you got to pick them up. You got to be their ally. Because if not, you leave them out there to the wolves. It's a cruel world the way people treat each other nowadays. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. So I just be wondering, a lot of times when people complain about the music, I just be wondering if they really know the source of it. I think the worst thing about the music is that nobody's really actually dealing with the real source of the music. They like dealing with a fake source. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't want to really deal with the real source of the music. They want to say that the record labels is pushing that so they can get a certain thing in the community, which that's not real. They trying to say the record labels is pushing drill to fill up the penitentiaries. Where it all started, like I'm on Facebook, that this fake story that they went to this secret meeting and some record executives told them to make some music to fill up the penitentiaries and all that. And that's a lie. That's a fake story that somebody posted up and it went viral. That's not real. That's fake, okay? You understand? That's fake. There was no secret meeting saying they wanted to make the music negative. And they, when I read it, the first time I read it, I knew it was a lie. I knew it was a lie. That they're going to make some music to fill up the penitentiary. A total lie. A total lie. The penitentiaries be filling up because they won't hire you. They can't tell the truth. If they could hire you, you can get a job. You wouldn't be out trying to do crimes. The truth is, they come and arrest you. They patrol the black community, arrest you to get your arrest record so you can't get no job. Then they let you out on the I-bond or something. But now you got arrest record. So you can't get no job. You've already pled guilty for that case. So now you definitely going to get caught up with a crime. And then they can have you doing free labor. Ain't no music. Got nothing to do with people getting in trouble and going to jail. In the black community, the reason so many black men go to jail because we policed by European police in a system designed to keep us in a situation where we will go to jail because nobody's going to provide jobs for you If it's their country, they're going to provide jobs for themselves, and you have to get it how you live. America's not trying to make sure we got jobs, that we got education and stuff. If we could get the leftovers, cool. You understand? If we can get the leftovers, cool. But if not, tough. That's where we live at. That's what's going on. Y'all support the channel. So I know some people gonna believe it whether I say it or not, but trust me, there is nobody manipulating the music. The music is real. The situations are real in the community. It's not a make-believe situation. The reason the music is violent. And it's been getting like that back for a minute. It wasn't like it was overnight. This is the society is really like that. That's why you had trap music when everybody was trapping. And nobody came and told them, "Oh, make something called trap music." No, they was rapping about what they was doing. They say, "Well, how trap music turn into drilling?" Because when you trap more than he trapped, y'all start warring. So if this is the area where the money at, and you trapping here, and you trapping there, and you trying to stop them from trapping, so you could get most of the money, well, what you think gonna happen? War's gonna kick off. That's what kicked off all this violence. Is the trapping and fighting over who get the benefits from the trapping. It wasn't just for just no because you just know gang. Different gangs was controlling different areas to make the money, and they start stepping on each other's toes. That's what started all the problems. It's all over money. It's not over just gang. It's over territory and money. I saw a rap about a reset button. I mean, yeah, if it was a type of person that rapped that, it'd be good if it came from the heart. If there was a person that wrote that was creative, that wanted to write that, yeah. I'm for whatever music you write that come from your heart. I'm not for you just writing music and that's not your life just to be cool. I believe that artists should really write what they really own and not try to rap something that's not you just for the sake of trying to be hard or trying to be positive. The rap, they don't want hip hop, they don't want rap to be real no more. They want rap to be phony. You know what I'm saying? They want you to have a messed up life, live in a gang infested neighborhood, the police harassing you, and a lot of gang oppositions after you, and they don't want you to rap about that. They want you to rap some make believe stuff that ain't got nothing to do with your life or nothing like that. If people made a lot of positive rap, that would be the most phony rap. The negative rap is the rap that's real. If they were making a lot of positive rap, that would be 100% phony. Where's all these positive places at? I like to know where that's at. I really like to know that. 2025 ain't positive. 2025 is rough. Seriously, and very dangerous. You got to drive right, put your seatbelt on, keep your head on the swivel. You got to make sure your house is safe, your security is safe. You got to have security cameras on the front porch and in the back on the garage. You got to have bars on your window. or some type of safety windows. Some people got whole shutters now. They push a button and the shutter shut down the whole house. That's the world we living in now. You gotta have a cutoff switch on your car, all type of stuff. Your gas tank got a lock. I remember when I was young, gas tank, you could just open it. You can't open it when you wouldn't have no gas. They'll go in there and siphon all that gas out your car in 2025. You wouldn't have no gas. They would siphon all that stuff out your car. For real. Right now, it's that serious. For real. Man, you wouldn't have nothing. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have nothing. Right now, they take your catalytic converter. You get up in the morning, your catalytic converter gone. They riding around all day and night looking for catalytic converters. And it's people have been telling me it's platinum in them somewhere. But they ride around cutting catalytic converters off of cars left and right. You have to get a catalytic converter cover and have it put under there. Some cars are made with it covered. But if not, you got to go to AutoZone or Prep Boys, whatever, and buy that and put that under there. Or when you get up, your catalytic converter going to be gone. That's how thirsty it is out here. It's real rough. It's real rough out here. And do I think converting to a plant-based system could be necessary to a sustainable system? Go follow me on Vegan Intel. Go follow me on YouTube. Yeah, go follow me on Vegan Intel. I'll be talking about all that stuff over there. Chamberlain. Yeah, follow me on Vegan Intel. The only way we could get better music is to reboot the whole system. We're going to have better family structure. If they don't have no good mama and daddy at the house, if they're not raised with no type of home training, and then they start rapping, I mean, what is a person with no home training and no good parents? What are they going to rap? I mean, what they going to rap? So that's always crazy to me for people to want to change or don't like the rap, but don't pay a lot of attention to the rappers. You know what I'm saying? If you don't pay no attention to the rappers and they condition, how you gonna get better music? Well, you gotta address the condition that people come from under. The conditions is bad and getting worse. People just trying to act like they don't see it. Some people are trying to run from country to country. They trying to move from country to country, but it's really bad out here. And it's going to get worse, especially if these Republicans make these cuts they just was talking about the last couple of days. They already shut down Job Corps. People is homeless from that. Now they want to make other cuts, cut off people's money. I'm going to tell you, man, it's crazy. They're cutting off more, so the music's going to get more violent. It's worse. They planning to kick people off SNAP. They're going to take people's SNAP benefits. You know what I'm saying? How you going to DJ with records? Easy. You could DJ with records. You only going to play the record, take the records you're going to play. That's how I DJ'd with records. And when you DJing, you ain't going to take all your records. I'm not going to take my jazz records. I'm not going to take my blues records. Depending on what party I'm going to play, I'm going to take the records that fit the party. You don't need that many records. Same way we've been DJing with records. That's how we DJ'd with records. To me, if you ain't DJing records, you ain't DJing. That computerized DJ with all them songs in there, that's cool. That's cool. But the problem with JAN, the problem with digital is they robbing. You can't make no money. Yeah, you got a bunch of digital songs, but how much is the artist making from you having all their music digital? They ain't making a dime. So yeah, it might be good for the DJ to have a whole bunch of people's music digitally. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying, Jay, in New York? But what about the artists? We need to get rid of digital because we ain't making no money with digital. Digital music is going to ruin the music because everybody paying Spotify, everybody paying Apple, but they ain't paying the artists. So we putting our music up on Spotify, putting up on Apple. They charging all these subscriptions. They getting rich. We sell 1 million songs that don't get nothing. You know what I'm saying? It ain't right. Look, an artist can expect to earn between $3,000 and $5,000 for 1 million streams. The average payout is 0.003 to 0.005 per stream. Not even a penny. Like less than a penny. Less than a penny. Less than a penny. So yeah, the DJ got 1 billion songs, but he ain't pay us for them. I can go on YouTube and download your videos and just convert that to MP3s and don't have to pay you nothing. I can go steal all your songs. I can go on YouTube. I can just download videos. Then I can go to a website and convert the video to MP3 and put it in my machine. And I can go play your music for free. You know what I'm saying? All day long, I ain't got to pay you a dime. Because all I got to do is go to the they got whole websites where you just put the link for the YouTube pages, and some of them will convert it to MP3 for you. Yes, they got a website where I can take your link from your video from your YouTube page and put it in there and download it, and it's going to give me an MP3 of that song. So I can just go take all your music and I could be doing a party. Ain't have to pay you a damn dime. They need to bring back records and get rid of digital. Because you don't get, artists ain't getting paid with digital. Ain't getting a dime. There's digital. Everybody could share your music. If I got all your stuff digital, my boy called me. Hey, man, you got a bunch of Usher songs. I could just send it to him. I can't do that if it's a record. You got to go buy the record. They need to buy the bring the records back. Man, the hell with stream, hell with digital. Bring back records. Digital music is whack. It's a way to steal. Once you digitize your music, it could be anywhere. Bring back records and sue for digital. The artist should be able to sign something with the publishing companies and with ASCAP and all them. If you see my music digital, sue them. I don't want them to have my music unless they buy it from me. Cash. Digital music is worse, and it sounds like shit too. Analog sound better. When we made music on a 2-inch, that music on digital music don't sound as good as no 2-inch. It loses the bottom. It loses a lot. Digital music don't even sound good. Analog sound way better than digital. Digital is a ripoff. It really is. But don't nobody care. DJs don't care because what DJs care about the artists? Don't nobody care about the artists. But that's all right. Let DJs keep selling music because they finna get AI gonna take our job. They're gonna be AI DJs. The DJ job's over with. They're gonna get AI. It's gonna be AI DJs. The DJ ain't gonna have no job no more. They can get a big old robot looking thing up there, and then that music could just play by itself. They don't really need nobody up there. They could just start making. They can start making all kind of costumes and making that the DJ costume thing is doing all kind of stuff. And AI play the whole party. And you ain't gonna need no DJ. That's what happened when they start cutting away and cheating people. They end up cheating everybody. They cheat the artists today. They're gonna cheat the DJs tomorrow. I mean, Apex beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So there's no such thing as trash music because different people just like different stuff. There ain't no such thing as trash music. Like me, I don't like certain music, but somebody do. Like I don't listen to country and western, but somebody do. Yeah, somebody do. The music is based off of the life you live. That's how music is based. And what's going on with the music today is when you put music out, there's people that can't relate to the music, right? So this is how the gang go. So let's take drill music. How many people live in New York? 9 million. Boom. Drill music big. Chicago, drill music. So if I go and push drill music, I don't got to care about you little small places. Y'all ain't nobody anyway. You ain't got no population. So you complaining why they push this music. But New York, LA, Chicago, the big cities making us all this money. So you in some small market somewhere, whatever. Hey, what do your opinion matter? We don't even need your little bit of money. So this is why they push the drill music and stuff because people don't understand drill is really culture. It's really that. It's a lot. But people don't want to understand how many gang members is in America. They think gang members is a small number. They think criminals and they think the average person will be surprised how many actual gang members are in the United States. And ex-gang members or people that can relate to the drill music. It's a lot. More than you would care to know. So they think it's something being pushed with not knowing how many people is really with that. A lot. It's a big genre. It's really big. Because music is always a reflection of the people and they drilling. You know what I'm saying? And they drilling. You know what I'm saying? Now some music people will call it trash, but in the music business, beauty's in the eye of the beholder. So what's trash to one person is, a treasure to the other. So you know how that go. Me being in the music business, being an executive producer, being in the music business, I have to recognize what everybody likes. I can't run a record label and have a particular because once there's an audience, they got to be served. That's just how the music business go. So as time go and you get to a less educated demographic, then you got to sell them what they want to. Same with clothes. When they want to wear this, that's what you got to sell them. You can't sell them this if they want this. So you got to go with the trend or get ran over. You can't buck the trend because they ain't gonna mess with what they don't like. Period. You can't push no music on them. It would be good if we could push a positive music on them, but no, they don't go like that. They don't go like that. You have to ride with tide of the people. The people determine all of that. And most people think they forcing it on them. They're not forcing that on the people. The people be wanting that kind of stuff. For real. And that's just some people can't relate. They think the system. No. The people is the system. It's regular people working the system. They really like that negative music like that. My thing with the drill music is, can you rap though? Because if you could rap, you could rap. So whether it's bars, whether it's Enes on bars, or whether it's this Meek Mill and G Herbo, y'all heard the new Meek Mill and G Herbo? Fire. Fire. It's street, it's drill, but it's fire. Oh, it's fire. It's fire. And they got to rap their lifestyle. They can't rap nobody else's lifestyle. You say the spell of music and beats and the low frequency. That's what a lot of the woke people be talking about, but they don't be knowing what they be talking about. Because a low frequency, okay, if this is the frequency of the people and the music is right here, that's a low frequency. But if the people's right here and the music right here, it's not really a low frequency. So they be trying to say the music got a low frequency, but the people got a low frequency. But they try to make it like the music got the low frequency and it's bringing the people down to the low frequency, which is false. And that low frequency ain't really having an effect on you if you're in that life. You understand? So it's just a matter of interpretation. You understand? So one person can hear G Herbo and Meek Mill, and you thinking it's negative and stuff, but another person like me hear it, and I'm thinking it's reality, and I'm liking it. It's fitting. It's fitting the environment I'm in. It's real. And see, this is where they be saying they want real rap, but they don't be, because rap's supposed to be real. Hip hop's supposed to be real. And what a lot of people don't like is the reality of the negativity that a lot of people live in. They don't like that. They like, nah, we don't want that real. We want another real. But a lot of times, positive rap in a city like Chicago is not real. It's actually fake. So when you start looking at music being art and being realistic, right now, drill music is the most realistic art form in rap. It's just people don't want to face that is really real like that. So rather than fake accept it's real like that, they blame it on the music. They say the music is making things violent, which is false. That's absolutely false. The music is a 100% reflection of what's really going on. This is why me and a lot of woke brothers, they sleepwalking. They don't know what they talking about. They trying to act like the music is creating negativity. but the negativity is real. Ain't nothing creating it. It's there. It's created itself. It's really like that. There's no ain't no music making it like that. It's really like that. As a matter of fact, the drill music is a soft version of the hood. Get your best scholar we can debate. There ain't a drill record out that is as bad as Chicago really is. I'm gonna repeat that. There is not no drill record out here that's as bad as it really is in real life. The bad part of Chicago is here. The worst drill music is here. There is no drill music that's as bad as it really is. The music don't even reflect the streets. The music is soft compared to the streets. They is not saying on them songs what's really happening. Them songs is soft. Them drill songs with all that murder stuff, that ain't nothing. The streets way worse than that. They can't listen. You don't got no freedom of speech. You cannot rap no real drill song. Nobody would play it. YouTube wouldn't play it to nobody. If you rapped really what be going on, nobody would play it. Instagram wouldn't play it. Facebook wouldn't play it. YouTube wouldn't play it. You got to water that drill music down. Boy, you can't really talk about the kidnappings and stuff. You can, boy, listen. If I made a real song about what really be happening out here, nobody would play it. Nobody would play it. Nobody would play it. It's worse out here. Listen, let me ask you something. If I was in the street and I was on some negative, violent stuff, and I ran up somebody and did something to them, and then if I made a negative, violent song, which one you would think would be the most violent? That song or what I really did? Y'all believe a song could match what I'll do? Hell no. There's no song could. Them songs is weak. Them songs is not what y'all be thinking. Chicago way worse than them songs. Them songs is like the kiddie version of the bad stuff. I'm gonna tell you. It's way worse in real life than a drill record. In real life, yeah. If you went to a real drill scene, you'll throw up. You'll probably throw all your food, probably come out your stomach. If you really, you know what I'm saying? The drill is not as bad as the reality. Not even close. Nobody would even make a song about some of this stuff that be happening. You couldn't even make a song about this stuff, really, to be honest with you. You got to kind of, you saying the hook, you got to kind of make it catchy and you say a little stuff, but you can't say what's really going on like that. It's way worse in real life. Ain't no record. Ain't no record. 'Cause they don't even be rapping about the real stuff. Yeah, I seen one. I seen a homeless person like that. But they don't even be rapping about certain things. Certain things they don't even put on the record. It's like taboo. You know what I'm saying? Because they got to kind of make the rap sound catchy, so they can't just be gruesome. You know what I'm saying? They got to give you like a catchy version. You know, they can't just really lay it on the song how it really is out here. That's why I be tripping, because they be like, oh man, this drill is. I was like, man, no, it's not. We ain't gonna never be able to fix the situation. Yeah, Nico, it's watered down. It's not really. It's way worse. Philadelphia, Baltimore, Detroit, St. Louis, Chicago, all down in Dade County. Man, ain't no record painting the real picture. Ain't no records painting the real picture. Not that I ever heard of. The records be like the party version of violence. You know, it don't be the real violent version of violence. It'd be the violence with a little jingle. You can't go into detail. Certain crimes they not telling. They not giving you the real results of the violence, what really happened to the people. They don't tell you all that on no record like that. Then we got the people here that's addicted because they didn't unalive people. So now they got a like a lust, like a monster. And we got real monsters. We got real monsters like in New York, Chicago, New Orleans. Like we got really real monsters like a TV show. Like for real. Like real monsters. Like some real evil, like a movie. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, they ain't telling you all that because they trying to make it like watered down and trying to make it like it's the music. It's like, no, the music, the reality's way worse than the music. How's the music the problem when the music's soft compared to real life? That stuff's soft. In other words, let's take Duck. He ain't got no record to match what really happened to him. What happened to him is here. And the record's like there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no record match the real thing. You can't make no record that's gonna reflect how bad Chicago is and how dangerous it is once you go outside. It's really dangerous. Ain't no whether you make a record or not, it's not gonna change that. So for them to try to act like the records is causing something is nonsense. It's just like that because people ain't got no home training and stuff. So dudes is clashing, dudes is backdooring each other, dudes is stealing from each other, dudes is doing stuff to each other's women, all type of crazy stuff. It's really bad out here, really bad. And don't go to the county jail. You know, come on, it's a whole nother monster. Like you be trying to get out of there as fast as you possibly can. You ain't never seen nothing like that. If you ain't been to jail like that, even if you've been to prison, the county jail will trip you out. The county jail is, man, they can't hardly process nobody in there. They got so many men now. L.A. County Jail, come on, man. Rikers Island, Cook County Jail. Hey, man, them places like being in hell. There's no record there ain't no record you can make. It's that bad. You know what I'm saying? So I be looking at people like the music and I'm like, no, no, these dudes ain't really motivated by no records. It sound good though. They wanted to be like, oh man, they listen to the drill and they go do this stuff. No, no, they do this stuff and then somebody make the record. The record second. The record ain't making nobody do nothing. Ain't nobody listening to a record gonna do that. These is really savages doing this stuff for real. It's for real. This ain't no the way they function around here. This ain't no oh you try to do like the record. No. Mm-mm. That sound good. People gonna believe it. People gonna believe it. People gonna believe it. But I just wanted to point out that the real deal is they don't got no parents. They ain't got no parents. And they ain't got no home training. What kind of music? You know what I'm saying? It's just crazy that you don't understand why they making the music. That just show you ain't outside like that. Like your sister could have two sons, right? The oldest son, he kind of get a little trouble, not too much. Then the youngest son could really be on something. And like you could take in your sister's son. And the older one, he gonna kind of do right stuff. But the younger one, he gonna be the same way. He gonna be sent it up. And the first chance he get a little old enough, he gonna be gone. He ain't coming back home. So first chance he get a less old enough, the real bad one, he might not never come back. He might leave and he might be anywhere. Next time you're like, oh, he went and stayed with so and so. Sometimes you heard from by telling for you find out he locked up, you find out what he locked up for, you can't believe it. Cause you know him for a kid, you can't believe he did nothing like that. And then in a group of like if you live in an area where it's gangs and stuff, hey man, it ain't like it's just gangs. It's these dudes, they in the gang, they ain't on nothing. They go to work, they got baby mama, they ain't even doing no crimes. Then it's these dudes, they gotta work and go baby mama, but they might be selling some or something like that. Then it's these dudes, they just kind of moving around and they do a little stuff, but they can't stay with no woman. And then there's these dudes. Don't nobody hang with them. Even the gang sometimes be like, oh, here come Henry, yo, I gotta go, man. He be wilding. So it's even different levels at that stuff. It's the ones that's really crazy. Ain't no music made dude like that. Dude is really a nut. We got listen, you could take your worst drill record. We got people that they way worse than the record. You ain't got no record. I'm telling you, there's dudes around here. You ain't got no record as low as he is. I kid you not. It's not no record as bad as how this stuff really, really, really is. Because a record can't do nothing. A song can't do nothing. These dudes is worse than any song they could ever make. That's why we don't be paying drill. A lot of us in Chicago, we don't pay drill songs. No man. We don't care. We don't. A lot of times they not dissing the other gang either. They just talking reckless about anybody they have conflict with. But it's not like what people be telling you. That's for sure. That's for sure. Ain't no music, man. It's really lunatics out here. For real. We be trying to monitor it, try to bring the music down so we can hear the vocals from certain different people when we make songs and stuff. These dudes really be crazy. Some of them. Some of the rappers, some of the rappers be crazy. But like they can't make a real crazy song like you can't make a song as real as it is in real life because it probably won't sell or do good. It probably creep everybody out. So that's why when they be talking about the music is doing all this, it's like, no, the hood be doing that. The music ain't nothing, man. Nobody, y'all who believe the music is that powerful in Chicago where they really own that. When you got a son, it don't matter what he listens to. What matters, who is he hanging around is what matters. These are facts. Who he hanging around. That's where the problem is at. And I mean, some of them is cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, too. I'm telling you, some of them is crazy, the whole different types of crazy. Serious. It's only going to get worse. The mental illness is going to be too much. We definitely headed for some negative stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I think we're going to get help from a higher power because we getting close to the crazy stuff. But if you just stay positive, don't get caught up in no foolishness and arguments and stuff like that. Like, don't be getting caught up in no arguments or nothing. You will be all right. Because people is really like ticking time bombs right now. And if this government don't do something to try to give them some type of assistance, and Trump and them try to play hardball, it's gonna go crazy. It's gonna go crazy. For real. Because they ain't got no guidance. You know what I'm saying? They don't got no guidance, man. You wouldn't believe it. I was locked up in the county jail and I was getting on the dude. He didn't want to learn his literature and stuff, a little gang member and stuff. And I had the responsibility to make sure they know their stuff. And so I was getting sick of dude because if I don't make sure you know your literature, then they come down on me. So I really then got fed up. So I'm finna put the guys on shorty. And one of the OGs that was older than me said, "Bro, come over here, man. Let me holler at you for a minute." I like, "What up?" He like, "Man, give him a little break, man, Pharaoh." The dude was out the penitentiary. I ain't never been in a penitentiary. So that's why I call him an OG, because he was an OG with crime, you know. I don't know if he was older than me. He might have been, because I was like 40. He might have been 42. He might have been. But like, give him a break, Pharaoh. Like, man, I'm sick of dude. He like, "Man, come on, do it for me, Pharaoh. Give him a break." I was just downstate with his daddy, you know. His daddy locked up with his granddaddy. I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, his daddy and his granddaddy is cellies. They cellmates." So now when he told me that the young brother's daddy and granddaddy was cellmates, and I looked back at him, he looked like a kid. See, at first he looked like a hard-headed young man I had to deal with. But once the brother told me that story, and then I looked at Shorty, I could see it. He was just a kid, man. He mad at the whole world. Imagine your daddy and granddaddy locked up together for two different crimes. Like came and they didn't get locked up for doing the same thing. This one went and then this one went. And now Shorty in there looking at prison time. And man, it was sad. I went and told him, "You cool, man. Take your time and learn this stuff." I went to my tip. I gave him some chips. I gave him a bunch of cookies. I gave him a bunch of stuff. Because it was just too much for me. You know, it was too much when I looked at him. He ain't have a chance of hell. Here I am. I'm finna get down on him, boy. You need to learn this, boy. You know what I'm saying? And man, when I found that out, because then he looked like he was just a hard-headed little gang member. But once OG told me that stuff and I looked at him, now he looked like a kid. Because he wasn't number like 17 and we grown ass men. I'm like, oh, this a kid. He all messed up. his daddy and his granddaddy locked up together. I was like, oh man. That was like one of the, I would say, saddest days or saddest experience, not saddest day, but one of the most saddest experience I ever had dealt with. Now, how you gonna say what Shorty gonna rap about? Like, see what I'm saying? Now, what he supposed to rap when his granddaddy and his daddy is cellies and he a young gangbanger already? What he supposed to rap? You know what I'm saying? What he supposed to rap? He mad at the whole world. So if that boy start rapping, yeah, it's gonna be crazy. What he supposed to rap? You know? Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. Yeah. Then some of them been shot already and victims. Like me, I got stabbed. I can't rap no whole bunch of positive stuff. Come on, I got stabbed up. I had to learn how to walk. What do you think I'm finna rap? What do you think how I'm functioning? Well, I'm not. I ain't Lauryn Hill. You know what I mean? I ain't kissing nobody softly with his words. No, you know, I ain't doing that. That ain't me. My life go where it go. Now my lyrics gonna reflect my life. Ain't no way I could rap no other lyrics but my life lyrics. What do you want me to rap? I gotta rap threats and stuff in my music. How I'm a rap? Like what I'm supposed to rap about? They basically, Nico, they a victim of their environment. Like you become a victim of your environment. It really do affect you more than people could ever know. People that been to jail and prison know though. Because let's say I live on a block and I'm hanging out with Nico. Nico live on the block. Me and Nico, we good friends. We grew up on the same block. We like 19. So I might hang out with Nico. I might get with Nico at 6 in the evening. We might hang out till, we might hang out 12 at night. But then the next day I might not see Nico. Then the next day I might see him and holler at him for 20 minutes. But, right, if me and Nico locked up together and we in the same unit, I'm seeing Nico 24/7. I'm around him. So I really know him. So you get to know somebody quicker because you spending more hours with them. If you my celly and we there all this time, I'm with you 24 hours. But in the streets, I only be with you maybe 2 hours. When we locked up, if I be with you 2 hours, when we locked up, if it's 2 hours a day, well, if we locked up 24 hours divided by 2, so it's 12 days. Every day I'm with you, it's like 12 days outside. So in 2 days, it's like I've been with you a month. Just about. Well, 3 days. 3 days I've been with you over a month. Because in the streets, that 36 hours, it would have took a long time for me to be around you 36 hours. But in here, I'm around you from morning to night, morning to night, morning to night. So you really know each other. It's crazy. When you get locked up with somebody, you know them, not kind of know. Because the only person you stay with like that 24/7 is your mom, your dad, or your sister, or brother, somebody like that. This is a total stranger, but you're around him 24 hours a day. So after so many days, you know, dude, not kind of know, because you were around him more hours than you be around anybody. You only used to being around people that long. So that's what I'm gonna cut this conversation, but that's what's really going on with the music, y'all. What's really going on with the music? We don't got no good education system. A lot of our young brothers and brothers in general, they ain't got no type of home training. They ain't never been home like that. They been locked up, in trouble, locked up, audio, locked up, straight up. They can't make no good music. They don't got the mentality to that. A lot of them can't spell, write, or none of that good. Some of them can, but they real cold with the wordplay and the rap. That's what they got the gift for. That's what they got the gift for. But you can't expect nobody to do nothing positive if they ain't had no good role models and they ain't had no good parents and they ain't had no home training. I mean, where they gonna pull this from? How they gonna, you know what I'm saying? All they gonna be able to rap about is their life experiences. That's it, which is gonna be kind of dark. So I hope y'all learn from that. Stay positive, support the channel, make a donation, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. And I hope you learn from this, you know what I mean? Like, stop trying to regulate the drill rappers and all that. You will never understand. Nobody ain't paying them to do that. They come from unfortunate situations. That's where they come from. They come from unfortunate situations. And that's what's going on with the music today. If we want to change the music, we're going to have to change the environment of our youth. We're going to have to figure out a way to clean up these environments so that they have positive energy when they pick up the pen. Because, see, when you rapping and you pick up the pen, you can't do nothing but your life experience unless you're a phony rapper. Now, if you're a phony rapper, you get in your pen and make up A, B, C, D. I jump through the first fence to the moon. You can bull. But if you're doing the real rap and somebody put a beat on, your life is going to come up in your mind to rap. Your life story, your life situations. And that's how you get those songs like that. Those be real life vibrations. Whether they rap it positive, negative, or whatever, for the most part, it'd be real deal, and they be expressing that. They ain't trying to do nothing negative to the community or none of that. They just in unfortunate situations. That's it. All right? All right, stay positive.